Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have for you is episode 12 of my Football Manager 23 beta save, although technically it's no longer the beta, with Tottenham Hotspur. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Since you were last with us, we have been on some very good form, so I'm very excited to see how we get on in today's episode. I am also currently doing a Twitch save with Crystal Palace over there. The link to my Twitch is down in the description down below, so if you're interested in watching some live content as well, make sure to come over and drop me a follow. But make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well. Let's get into it. So since you were last with us then, as you can see here, we have been on some unbelievable form, winning every single game apart from a little blip against Southampton. If we go through them all individually, we scraped past Middlesbrough, who are bottom of the league, 1-0 in the Premier League. We then had a 4-1 win away at Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup third round before hammering Arsenal 5-0 at home. We then beat PSG 1-0 away from home before a 4-1 win away at Leeds United. We then had a 5-1 win at home to Liverpool in the league before we followed that up with a 2-0 win at home to Benfica. Our only loss since you were last with us was a 3-0 win, a 3-0 defeat away at Southampton. We played pretty much the first team in that game. Disappointing in the end not to get anything out of it. It was kind of a really frustrating game, but like I said, a little bit of a blip in that one. We then had a 4-1 win away at Luton Town. Pedro Goncalves seems to be stat padding very well in these Carabao Cup games, so we're now into the Carabao Cup quarterfinals already. We then had a 2-0 win at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers, Coop Miners scoring a brace in that one, before a 4-2 win away at Benfica in the Champions League. After that, we had a 2-1 win away at Brentford in the league before most recently getting a 2-0 win at home to Crystal Palace. In today's episode then, we will have this Champions League game against PSG, and then we'll also have this league match against Brighton. I believe if we beat PSG, we will qualify for the Champions League, or we might have actually already qualified, to be honest with you. Yeah, we have actually already qualified. Benfica can finish on a maximum of 9 points. I think even if we draw with PSG, we do win the group anyway, so that's what we are looking to do. It's a very tough group, to be fair, so if we can win every game, that would be very nice. Scoring 12, only conceding 2 in the process as well. That's pretty much up to date since you were last with us. Obviously, we had a big old rebuild in the last episode, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't already. Don't think any of the youngsters have left the club as well since you were last with us. But now then, let's get into this first game against PSG. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's Champions League match at home to PSG. Obviously, we beat them in our away game in the group stage, keeping a clean sheet in that game, so we'll be looking to get another win in today's game. We line up in our 4-3-3 formation. We've got a Gurkhan in goal, a back four of Timber, Romero, Gvardiol and Sessegnon, a midfield 3 of Coop Miners, Bellingham and Bissouma, Berardi on the right, Son on the left and Osimhen up front as well. We've got a couple injuries at this moment in time. James Maddison is going to be out for another month or so after tearing a back muscle, which is not ideal. Adoge is also injured as well. He's going to be out for another 2 weeks, and Alfie Devine also picked up a pulled thigh, so he's going to be out for another week as well. So none of them will feature in today's episode. Let's get into today's game though. We are going to need to give some of these youngsters some squad numbers first. Right, there we go. Now we've sorted out the squad numbers for the youngsters. Let's have a look at the PSG team. 4 players don't agree with today's team sheet. Maddison, who's injured. Fabian McKenzie, with no idea who that is. Don't know who Thomas Bloxham is either. And Ryan Sessegnon's also concerned. If it's that much of a concern, Ryan, you can go back on the bench because Adoge is clear of you at this moment in time. Let's have a look then at this PSG team. Messi, Neymar and Mbappe all start for PSG. That's not including names like Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Hakimi. It looks like they're playing a back 3 to me. Donnarumma in goal. Sergio Ramos is on the bench, but they do also have some decent options on that bench as well. It's going to be a very tough one, but with us already qualifying, it doesn't really matter all too much. We do still want to win every game. You know, we still want to finish as high as possible in this group. If we win this game, then in the final game against Wolfsburg, we will play the second team. But let's get into today's game then against PSG, and hopefully we can pick up another 3 points towards our qualification. Gaia with a throw in here for PSG goes into Danilo. Kimpembe now finds Jose Gaia. Manu, we actually did try to sign last January on a pre-contract arrival. We couldn't agree terms with him, and in the end, before we could offer him a contract that he was willing to accept, he did agree terms with PSG, so it's written in the stars for him to score in this game as Hakimi breaks away here from Ryan Sessegnon into the penalty area, allowed the shot well over the bar on this occasion. 9 minutes in, PSG certainly started the better of the two sides. They've come and implemented this 5 at the back system with 2 defensive midfielders, and then they're just allowing Messi, Neymar and Mbappe to do whatever the hell they like, basically. As Fabian picks the ball up here and sprays it out wide to Jose Gaia. He goes back into Kimpembe, a little bit of space for him now, and he picks his pass. PSG looking to play out of our press and have done it very nicely. Neymar now, we cannot give him space. We certainly can't give Messi space to pick a pass like that, and certainly can't give Mbappe the time to stick that one in the back of the net. 18 minutes on the clock. PSG take the lead. That's really, really poor from us. Messi's got to be being man-marked, really, and you cannot allow him to pick a pass that easily, and you also cannot allow Mbappe the opportunity to score his 26th goal of the season. We're still in like November or something. Gvardiol could not keep up with Mbappe. Agurkan stands absolutely no chance against him, and that is the third goal of our Champions League group stage matches so far that we have conceded. It does, I mean, we are still top, so it doesn't really matter all too much, but 25 minutes on the clock, PSG take an early lead. Free kick for us here, which Coop Miners will put into the box. It's a good ball, to be fair. I think it's Gvardiol or Osimhen who's got on the end of it. He does go wide and out for a goal kick. I mean, we've not really created too many chances so far. We do have a lot of tired bodies as well, and with us already being qualified, I am thinking about that game in the back of my mind, against Brighton coming up in a few days' time. Maybe we look to make some substitutions at half-time, because, well, not only are all the players tired, a lot of them are on 6.4s, 6.5, so I think I'm going to make some changes here at the breaks. I'm not impressed with what I've seen in that first half whatsoever. The only problem is we've only got a lot of youngsters on the bench. Goncalves is going to come on for Heung-min Son. We shall also get on Oliver Skip for Basuma, and then put Skip as the defensive midfielder, Coop Miners as the box-to-box, and then Bellingham as the attacking midfielder. We'll also get João Pedro on for Berardi. Actually, I think we're going to get Bentancur on for Jude Bellingham and play Coop Miners as the attacking midfielder. Bentancur can only really play as a ball winner, but saying that, so can Oliver Skip, and we don't really want two ball winners, do we? I mean, yeah, we'll put Bentancur as another ball-winning midfielder. We also could do with getting Emerson Royal on for Romero and putting Timber into centre-half. We don't want to make all our subs as of right now. Osimhen could do with coming off, though, but with it only being at half-time, that's still a lot of time for an injury to happen, so we'll leave our next sub until about the 65th, 70th minute, something like that. Right, 65 minutes on the clock. Osimhen is absolutely knackered. I'm not really too sure if we've got many youngsters on the bench or anyone on the bench who can play up front. It's only really saying that this D'Souza geezer can play up front. Is D'Souza any good? He got any good potential? Not really. I mean, he's a regen, but he's not looking at him and thinking, wow, yeah, you've got to play. So Osimhen might have to complete the 90 minutes, although he can't really do it, to be honest with you. We could do with maybe getting Coop Miners off as well, maybe getting Ndombele on. We've not really got too many options on the bench, to be honest with you. We'll get Edson Alvarez on here for Timber. Oh, wait, I can't make any more subs. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've already made all 5 subs. I just can't count. Corner ball for us here, which Pedro Goncalves will take. We know he can certainly deliver a set piece. That's a great ball, and it's looking for Osimhen. Cleared away by Fabian, only as far as Oliver Skip, who finds Pedro Goncalves. Skips away from Marquinhos. And that is another corner ball. I'm not really too sure what happened with that highlight. Another corner for us here, though. Can somebody get their head on the end of this one? Someone like a Coop Miners, maybe. Pedro Goncalves, another good ball in, looking for that near post. Marquinhos clears. Bentancur back in there. Finds João Pedro on off the bench. Can he create something here? He goes into Timber, and that is the end of the highlight. Look at the stats. We've been absolutely all over them over this second half, really. We've completely dominated this second half. We've got another opportunity to counter here from a PSG free kick as Emerson Royal finds João Pedro. Can he pick out a pass here? Looking for that switch of play into Pedro Goncalves up against, I think it's Hakimi here. He cuts in on his right foot and gives it back to Ryan Sessegnon. He looks down the line for Pedro Goncalves once more into the penalty area. Shoots! It's bobbling around on the goal line, and somehow PSG managed to clear. Free kick for us here, which Pedro Goncalves will float towards the back post. I think it's headed in the end by Bentancur. Good save from Donnarumma. 10 minutes for us to try and find the goal. We're absolutely dominating them throughout the whole of the second half. We're going to demand more. We've once again got another set piece. Goncalves, ball in! João Pedro puts it into the side netting. Emerson Royal driving at this PSG defence and sticks the ball over the top looking for Osimhen. Very tired, but he brings it down well. Brought down. I'm not too sure if that's inside the penalty area. 88 minutes on the clock. The referee has awarded a penalty. I'm sure we are going to consult with VAR. I think it was just outside, I want to say. I'm pretty sure this won't get given as a penalty. The referee has awarded a penalty. Fair enough then. What do I know? And it's a chance for Taehoon Coop Miners to hopefully rescue us a point in this game. He steps up against Donnarumma, and he sticks it in the top corner with just 60 seconds or so left on the clock. Taehoon Coop Miners with his 4th goal of the season. A very, very good penalty taker, and he's playing in that attacking midfield midfield role at this moment in time. He's absolutely walloped that one straight into the roof of the net. An unbelievable penalty there from Koopmeiners. You've got 2 minutes to now try and find a winner. Probably won't happen. If you look at the stats, we deserved more from the game, but a point against PSG is not the end of the world. We didn't get the result we wanted, but you should all be happy. If we create that many chances more often than not, we will do well. I don't mind drawing that game. PSG, very good side, probably got 3 of arguably the best players in the world. They're certainly all in the top 10, maybe even top 5 at this moment in time. Now let's get into this game against Brighton. I have just received an email here from my press officer saying Devine hotly tipped for European Golden Boy. Tottenham Hotspur central midfielder Alfie Devine is among a group of players touted as winners as the European Golden Boy award. He's obviously going up against players like Musiala, Pedri, Erling Haaland, them sort of players who have won it in previous years. The 19-year-old English player has been in fantastic form this year and he's said to be proud that he's been talked about, but that his first thoughts are towards the team. The other players that are in contention for this award are Gavi, Harvey Elliott, Jude Bellingham, and Giorgio Scalvini. Never heard of him. Should we sign him? Here's how we line up then for today's game at home to Brighton and Hove Albion. We've got a Gurkhan in goal, a back four of Emerson Royal, Timber, Romero and Sessegnon, a midfield 3 of Skip, Koopmeiners and Bellingham, Berardi on the right, Heung-min Son on the left and Osimhen through the middle. Still got quite a few injuries. Obviously, Gvardiol's picked up a little bit of a knock since the last game as well. Don't really want to risk him or Alfie Devine in this one. Let's get into this game though. Hopefully we can pick up another 3 points. I believe we're currently 2 points off top spot at this moment in time. There's a lot of teams currently challenging for the title. If we didn't have such a slow start in them first 3 games, he could be top of the league at this moment in time. I've noticed here Brighton have signed Emi Buendia. That's an interesting signing. Don't really know why Villa have let him go there, but Brighton obviously a decent side. Obviously we're building something very nice under Graham Potter before he did leave to go and join Chelsea. They line up then in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Got some very good players in there. Caicedo, one of the better younger players on this game. It's certainly not going to be an easy one. We are away from home as well, but hopefully this team is good enough to be able to pick up the 3 points. We are currently just a 1 point off top of the table, but that's obviously including our point in today's game as Veltman picks the ball up here. He finds Tariq Lamptey, one of the better younger players, certainly a very good right back on this game in years to come. Heung-min Son on this ball now, into the penalty area, finds Taeyoon Koopmeiners. He goes out wide to Emerson Royal. Can he get a ball into the box? He holds it up, back to Koopmeiners. He's brought down there. I feel that's very soft. Very, very soft. The referee has awarded for a penalty. Didn't really look like a foul to me, but 3.5 minutes on the clock. VAR are having a decision to make here, and the decision is a penalty has been awarded. Another opportunity for Koopmeiners, I presume, to get on the score sheet. Very, very good penalty taker. With 4 minutes on the clock, we've got a very good chance here in today's game to take the lead, and Koopmeiners slots it into the back of the net. Again, the keeper guesses the right way, but Koopmeiners' penalty is just too good for the keeper to save, and 5 minutes in, it's Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. The perfect start to today's game. Koopmeiners playing a little bit of a different role at this moment in time. Oliver Skip getting more and more game time as the season does go on, which means Koopmeiners is pushed on a little bit to play more as the box-to-box, which means Bellingham's pushed on a little bit to play more as the advanced playmaker, which means Maddison is struggling to make the team at this moment in time, but obviously he's going to be injured for another month, so it doesn't really matter all too much. As we approach half-time, Brighton have not really created all too much in today's game. They do have a free kick though right on the edge of the area. Well, we all know where this is going because that wall is set up absolutely terribly. This is 100% a goal. That's just so obvious. That wall was absolutely disgraceful. What on earth was that? Who on earth has set that wall up? That is shocking. You do not need to be half decent at football to score that. That wall setup is absolutely terrible. Gurkhan stands no chance of saving that. The wall should have gone about 3 steps to the left there. Their left. That's absolutely shocking. Half time, we've conceded right before the break, which is always really frustrating. We've not really created all too much since our penalty goal as well. We need to be better in this second half. Corner ball for us here, which Heung-min Son will put into the box. It's a good ball, to be fair. Cleared away again. It's now find Timber. Emerson Royal in a bit of space. He goes into Heung-min Son. Can he get a ball into the box? He cuts back and finds Emerson Royal. Ball in. Finds Basuma. Not Basuma, sorry, he's not even on the pitch. Finds Bellingham. But it's a great save there from Sanchez. And we will have another corner ball on the far side. Heung-min Son to whip it in once again. We're not really very good at corners, to be honest with you. As Osimhen cannons one off the post. Wow, that's the first time really this season I can remember is getting the first contact from a set piece. And this time it hits the post. We are now going to make some substitutions because we've got some tired bodies. Although our more tired players are the ones that are having a good game. Osimhen's knackered, so we're going to chuck João Pedro up front. Goncalves is also going to come on the left-hand side for Heung-min Son. We're going to get Yves Bissouma on for Bellingham, who's absolutely shattered. We could also do, we're getting Alvarez on for Oliver Skip in that defensive midfield role. And final change will leave for another 10-15 minutes or so. Half an hour to go in today's game. Fingers crossed we can pick up another goal. 15 minutes or so left left in today's game. We don't really look like scoring once again. We could maybe do with making another attacking substitution. I'm thinking of bringing maybe Tanguy and Ndombele on, potentially get Koopmeiners off. I know he's had quite a good game. Playing more Alva Mazzala and just try and get a little bit more control in the game. 15 minutes to go, and Ndombele Amani was trying to force out the club, really, because he's on hefty wages. Not really good enough. If he comes up with a goal in today's game, I'll certainly be very impressed as Berardi stands over this free kick. 8 minutes on the clock. It's a good ball in. João Pedro with a header, and now we've hit the crossbar. Oh, it's just not going in for us at this moment in time. He was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. We've got another free kick here. Berardi shoots from distance. Sanchez parries only as far as Ndombele. Ball across, and it's tapped in. It's Christian Romero with his second goal of the season. Tanguy Ndombele with the assist, and that is exactly why he is being subbed on in today's game. He comes up with the goods. I'm trying to change him to be a box-to-box central midfielder. Berardi with his shot, fumbled by Sanchez. Ndombele is first to react in that one. Ball play back across. Even Romero can score from that. When he's 2 yards out, all he has to do is tap it in, and that is what he does very well. And it's now Brighton Hove Albion 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. We should be able to see this out, and this will be a massive 3 points for us, up to second in the table as well. There we have it. That is full time. Very well done, lads. We went out our best, but we got the result. That is all that matters. Winning the games, picking up the 3 points. After 13 games, we're on 29 points. It's second in the table. Level on goal difference with top of the league Chelsea, and we are in a very good spot at this moment in time. But that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Berardi has picked up an injury. He's going to be out for a week. If you have enjoyed watching, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that would be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 400 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell, and it's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Pedro Goncalves is only 5 appearances now from making 50 appearances, which means we have to pay £7.25 million, so that's not ideal. I think again we're going to play through quite a lot of games, try and get this season wrapped up as quick as possible. We're going to come back for this game against Manchester United, and then we might play Fulham as well. I think the Champions League knockout stages are around this time as well. If they're maybe at the end of February, then we might play Chelsea and that Champions League group stage, not group stage, it'll be round of 16 I think we'll play. We'll come back around January, February time, something like that. Thank you for watching though. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another video. Peace.